What's up guys, welcome back to the Decent Garage. Today is the first stage of working on the G56 6-speed manual swap on the OG crew cab. So what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be cleaning up some wiring. Let's get the OG crew cab pulled in the garage and take a look. So if any of you have watched my fusible link delete video, you know that we've got the fusible link fuse box. I've got another external fuse block here as well. But I've always said that I have a bundle of wiring here that's a mess. Now this isn't all hacked up. This is literally just extra wiring from each of these wires that's bundled up because I didn't know where I was going to mount these at any point, and I don't know, I just wasn't sure that's exactly the length of wire I wanted, so I just bundled everything up. Now the issue is, now that we're going to manual swap the truck, all these wires are going right here through this grommet, and this is where the clutch master cylinder needs to be. So we have to get all of these wires out of here. So knowing that this was going to be an extensive wiring project, I actually pulled the seats out of the front of the cab. I just threw them in the bed right there. Then I can just get in here and lay down and get access to anything I need. You can see the mess of wires that's all up in here. Now again, they're not all hacked up wires. It's just extra wire that I've kept for most of the lines I put in there. So we're going to clean all of this up, and let me show you the product we are going to use. So this is a product I found on Amazon. It really wasn't expensive. It was under 50 bucks, I believe. So everything I show you here, I'll put a link in the description if you want to use these products. So we have this, it's a Delphi Weather Pack bulkhead connector right here. So we'll have this bottom side inside the cab, mounted up, and then we'll have the outside, all those wires going into this plug. So that way it's easy to unplug and plug back in, and we can switch wires if we need to. So this came with the bulkhead connector. It came with these clips, which I'll show you what those are for. It's kind of cool. It came with all the little connectors, male and female. It came with the insulators to keep them waterproof. So that was all in one kit for about 50 bucks. The other thing you'll need is this specific Weather Pack crimper. Okay, now there's a couple versions of this out there. Make sure to use the one that I linked below, because I actually bought the wrong one and had to send it back and had to get this one. So this is the correct one you need. And then we're going to use a 2 1/8 inch hole saw with a mandrel. So that's the perfect size for the bulkhead. And then the last thing that is probably my favorite product, I use it all the time, is this labeler. Okay, so you can turn it on and you can type anything you want to label stuff, any size font you want. But this is going to be critical, because before we take all these wires out, anytime we cut a wire, we're going to put a label on both sides of the cut, so that when we go to put that wire back together, we know 1 goes with 1, 2 goes with 2, 3 goes with 3, and so forth and so on. You can see right here, I actually pulled the old grommet out to give me some more room, and that helped out a lot. We've got 4 wires left. 2 of them go to the brake controller, and 2 go, I believe, to my backup camera. So let me show you the inside of the cab. That is now where the mess is at. This is now where the mess is at. But I've got everything labeled. Here you can see up in there. So it really shouldn't be that bad. It's not going to be easy to film though. So I'm going to kind of just clean it all up and get it all hooked to that bulkhead connector. And then I'll show you guys what that looks like. So remember how bad this looks. Alright guys, that came through exactly where I wanted it to come through. So I'm going to test fit the bulkhead there. To know where to drill the 2 holes for the studs, I'm going to make just a little stencil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out. There we go. Get it nice and centered up. Okay, and you can see the studs are not centered. You know, if you're looking at it symmetrically, one of them's down off to the bottom, so you have to pay attention to which one you have where and line it up however you want. All right guys, we got the bulkhead mounted up as you saw. So here you can see, now this is keyed as well. Like there's a little notch you can see off of that center hole. So that's got to line up perfectly. And there we go. Let's get some wires started to run through here. I'm going to practice some of the crimping and then I'll show you guys how to do it once I get a little bit better at it. Alright guys, that turned out super clean. There you can see the final product. So yeah, it's got these little clips that slide in there to hold all the wires in their respective places. I've got a bunch of extra slots so I can add stuff if I need to. I am going to come back and loom all this wire up so it's clean, but I need to get the seats back in the truck to use it tomorrow. I also have the sub wire, but I'm waiting on some grommets from Amazon. I'm actually going to put the sub wire through its own little grommet right there, so it'll have its own spot. And I'll show you the engine bay side as well. So there's the engine bay side. Again, it cleaned up all the wires. We have no wires going through where the clutch master needs to go now. Cleaned up all the wires. I will get to looming these, but for now, they're just nice and bundled up. Turned out really, really nice. So there we have it. That's the first step we needed to take care of to move forward with the G56 6-speed swap. So we've got that done. I have a mess on my hands to clean up, so I'm going to get that cleaned up. The new clutch showed up today, so that is the last piece that we needed. So next few videos, we are going to be installing this G56 transmission. I hope you guys are excited. Thanks for your support, and we'll see you guys in the next video.